Hey everyone, this is Michelle Smith and I wanted to give you a quick meal prep tip. Today I am meal prepping steel cut oats because my husband and I are getting ready to do carb cycling leading up to our cruise in about a week, and we are going to be we're going to be cutting down on our carbs and focusing on very specific carbs. And the one that I chose is steel cut oats because I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck. It sits a little heavier in your stomach, so it makes you fuller versus something like a piece of bread or toast or a waffle. So what I did was I made a big batch of this oats. Again, I just picked this up at Aldi, follow the directions, cooked it, and I have all of my little prep containers here. I have my my portion control little cup that I'm going to measure it in. I have a huge tub of coconut oil that I picked up at probably Costco, and I have my teaspoon that I'm going to measure it with. So pretty simple stuff oatmeal is to work with, but I just wanted to give you guys like a little glance at what I'm doing. So this is for Mark and I. It's going to last us a couple days. I usually start with I follow the directions and I do 4 servings. So it says add 3/4 cups of water and 1/4 cup of oats. So I do 4 of those, and I usually get about, I'd say, 6 to 8 servings out of it, depending on how I really, jam that into your container. The key with the containers is you need to make sure that you could put the lid on that and it's not like an overflowing mount. So that is a perfect little size. And then you just, scoop it into your cup. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the rest of the cups. The last thing that I do is I take my teaspoon here, it's just a regular old teaspoon, and again, this is for a healthy fat. I like coconut oil because I think it's just very clean. It's very easy. I love coconut, not that it's overpowering with coconut, but I just think that it tastes good. And I lop that right on top. So you can mix this up right now, or when you put it in the microwave, if you want to heat that up, it's going to melt onto there. And then you just stir everything up. Now, nice things that you can add to this are cinnamon, you can do nutmeg. I have a chocolate donut seasoning that's very, very clean, and that tastes pretty good on there too. If you're not carb cycling, you can add fruit to this, and that would be a nice addition to your breakfast. So, but since we are carb cycling, there is no fruit on those days because you're stripping out the sugar and you're really trying to get the most out of those couple of days. That is going to take all the water weight out of you and kind of lean you out. Since we are getting into bathing suits for the first time since last summer, we really want to take that extra step, because carb cycling this is not a way of living and eating every single day. It's for a very specific purpose. It's for a very limited amount of time, because obviously this is the most restrictive way that you can eat, where you're cutting out certain food groups, like I said, the fruits, the fat, like cheeses and dairies and things like that, and you're really narrowing and limiting your carbs, which is going to fuel your body for energy. So the way that it works is you're going to get carbs on a couple of days, and then you go back to eating the regular way that you normally eat. It fuels your body up, you can burn through that, and then you start the cycle over again, carb cycling. If that is something that you're curious about or you would like to learn more about, I'd love to have you in my next healthy eating and accountability group. We're going to be talking about different ways of eating. Carb cycling will be one of those things that you can use for specific, like I said, specific events. If you're wondering, I typically can drop between like 4 to 7 pounds whenever I do about a week of carb cycling. But keep in mind that when you stop carb cycling and as long as you go back to eating in a proper, clean eating, whole foods kind of way, you'll gain back a few of those pounds because you're going to put water back on, but you should be able to maintain some of that weight loss again if you go back to eating in a very portion controlled, balanced nutrition plan. I hate to say diet, but because it's not a diet, it's just the way that we eat. So that is my little tip for carb cycling. I got a few more dishes to fill here, and if you have any questions, you guys know you can always reach out. Thanks for watching.